Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the J Rivera, and we are back to another one of these kind of like rantish style instructional videos on how you can improve your gameplay, specifically for Dragon Ball FighterZ, but this can apply for any fighting game over the course of however many freaking fighting games there are. I mean, there's so fudging many. Anyway, so in this one, I'm going to go over something that a lot of people don't really think about. Something that took me a while to think about, something I'm still like working on, is how to improve your mindset. How to get a training mode mindset. How to train in match, right? Because you can go into practice mode and you can lab out all these different situations. And you can train all these different types of scenarios. You can work on your defense, you can work on your offense, you can have all these sick mix-ups, these sick setups, you can learn all the frame data of all these characters, right? You can know that, oh man, this is +3, and if you do this, then you can punish, it's like you can know all that stuff. But when you're in a match, right, things are different. A lot of things are flying across the stream. Your opponent's unpredictable, and you don't know what they're gonna do 100% of the time. It's just a fact. Like 100% of the time, you don't know what they're gonna do unless you fought them like so many times that you're just like, you have them downloaded inside out, But when you're in match, right, a lot of things are different, and you need to work on your mindset, right? You need to focus on improving, right? And the best thing to do that, or the best way to do that, is to go into a match, right, and think, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to do this. If my blocking was bad the last few games, in this match, win or lose, I'm going to block like most of what he does. I'm going to block like everything, right? Like whenever I'm in a situation that I need to block, I'm just going to sit there for like, I don't know, 10 seconds, like 15 seconds, which is an outrageous amount of time in fighting games, right? I'm just going to work on my defense, right? Or same thing was like on my offense, right? I'm going to play more aggressive. I play too defensive, I get too scared. I'm going to play more aggressive. I'm going to press more buttons, whether they work or not, and see where they work and see what I can do to improve, or if it's like neutral, right? Neutral is probably the number one hardest thing to train. It's like, I'm going to work on my neutral, my footsie game. I'm going to work on where my opponent is at, what options I could do to contest him, and it's like, that's just what I'm going to work on these next few games, right? Now, of course, that comes with the risk of losing, right? And of course, nobody likes to lose, but think of it this way: you lose these games now, right? Improve where you were lacking, and then you get better later, and then you win later. Of course, I mean, that's how it works, right? You need to get better in order to win, right? The journey to 1 W is 1,000 L's, and it's scary, right? Like what people tend to do, and what I tend to do sometimes, and other top players can tell you this because they tend to do it too, is go into autopilot mode. And what that means is like, that means like you're just like, your brain is not working, right? You're just playing, your hands are moving, it's all muscle memory, right? And in any situation, you always do this thing, or like you get this combo, you always do this one option, right? You're in autopilot mode. You're not really putting a lot of thought into the game. You're just kind of playing. You're just kind of going through the motions, right? And for the most part, there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with autopiloting a few matches. But if you're not improving after, like, say, 100 games, if you play 100 games, right, and you don't even see a slightest significant difference between your last 100 and this 100, in fact, if you're worse, right, then you really need to like stop and think, what am I doing that is so bad that why am I losing? Not even why am I losing, why am I still the same as I was 100 games ago, right? A good rule of thumb, if you're really serious about improving on fighting games, is what I try to think about is, I just want to be better than I was yesterday, right? It's simple. I just want to be better than I was yesterday, right? No matter what that is, right? If that means that, oh man, I just want to tech grabs today, because grabs are hard, right? I remember when I finally was able to consistently tech grabs in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now I can do it, right? I was ecstatic. I was hyped. You can ask my roommate. I was like, yo, I'm never getting grabbed in my life ever again, boy. But there's like things like that, right? Or I don't remember what I was saying. Or it's like you go into a match and you're thinking, my mix-ups are weak, my pressure's weak, I'm too scared. I'm gonna just go in, right? I'm just gonna go ham, see if I can play aggressively smart, you know, try to overwhelm my opponent, right? And I mean, like, that's just sort of like a playstyle change kind of thing. But like the way you go into a match, the way you go into every match, right? You need to have a goal in mind. You need to be like, I'm gonna work on this, right? Even if it's like a setup, a mix-up, no matter what it is, even if it's something small, right? Like you went into the lab, you discover something new, be like, oh snap, I gotta practice that on real people, right? It's like, I'm gonna work on this, right? You go into that match and you play the match, and sometimes the match just goes totally wrong, right? Sometimes you just get straight snowballed, right? The character you were gonna work on, you just gets demolished, and it's like, oh well, gee, like I got bodied, right? Well, it's like, it happens, right? That's the beauty of netplay, is like there's always gonna be somebody to play, you know. So use it as a tool for success, right? Just use it to like practice certain things, and you know, later on I'll go into the pros and cons of being a net player and tournament scene, blah blah blah. But that's like a different video. But for now, like just play people, even if like you get friends over and be like, hey man, try to block this, you know, just like go into a match with like something in mind, with a goal in mind, with like, okay, I'm gonna work on this, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna try it again, or if it just doesn't work at all, then I'm just gonna, you know, go back and see what does work, you know. Part 2 of this video, well, this is just kind of another pro tip. Another pro tip when you're trying to improve is look at videos. Look at a lot of videos of people who play your character, of people who are quote unquote better than you, or even like some other people who you think are not better than you, you know. It's like people play characters differently, right? Maybe you'll have a different perspective on how to play that character. You know, sometimes like just something blatantly in your face you just don't see with your character, and then you watch a video and you see somebody do something, you're like, why didn't I think of that? You know, it's like that kind of moment. So you know, watch videos of other people, right? Copy what they do, you know, even if you don't understand what they're doing at the time, right? Just be like, okay, I'm just gonna copy what this is, and I'm just gonna see if it works, right? If it does work, you know, why did it work? You know, it's like they obviously know something that you don't. If it worked for them, you know, and you're struggling in that certain aspect, just try to do what they do. Try to mimic what they're doing. You know, you can ask a bunch of top players. They watch videos all the time. I watch videos all the time on other players, right? I'm always scouting other players. I'm always seeing what they're doing. I'm always taking their materials, right? And people be like, oh man, Josh, but you're not original, man. You know, why you always take other people's tech? Well, this is what you do, right? It's like you take their tech. First of all, if you're not taking other people's tech, that's obviously good. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, just not use it? What if you like discovered it and then you see someone else use it? Like, what are you gonna not use it? That's just dumb, right? It's just freaking stupid. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take tech, like make it your own, and then improve upon it, right? See what other people could have done better, right? You know, make it optimal. And of course, it's like it's only to your benefit to watch how other people play, right? And yeah, I mean, shoot, that's kind of all it is, you know. Just go into matches with a goal in mind, right? And copy other players and see what they do, and try to figure out why they do it, try to improve upon what they're doing, and just take it one match at a time. That's all I can give you. That's all the advice I can give you. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends. You know, if you have any questions, if you have any other topics you want me to talk about, you know, just let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.